Welcome to lecture 20 on the course Foundation of Mathematics, and in this session we will understand to exhibit the bijection between two intervals. Okay, so the question that we have here is that how to exhibit a bijection between this two set, that is the closed interval a comma b and the closed interval c comma d. And in fact we can have a bijection from this kind of two intervals, or in fact any kind of intervals for that reason. So first our main motivation is to exhibit a bijection between this kind of intervals. Okay, so I mean, here whenever I discuss the interval a comma b, it means a is less than b and c comma d, c is less than d. So first what we will do is that we will exhibit the bijection between the closed interval 0 comma 1 and a comma b, and similarly the inverse of this map would give me the bijection from a comma b to 0 comma 1. Okay, and so in fact we can generalize it, and so by taking the composition of this two function, one can have a map from a closed interval a comma b to any closed interval c comma d. So let's get explored to such bijection. So before that I'll talk about a very simple bijection from the closed interval 0 comma 1 to say n 6 comma 7. Okay, now the reason why I have chosen this 0 comma 1 and 6 comma 7. Okay, first let me discuss the bijection between 0 comma 1 and 0 comma 4. Okay, then I'll come to 6 comma 7. In fact it is very easy to get the bijection from 0 comma 1 to 6 comma 7. Okay, so first thing we need to consider, we need to see the interval of this length of this closed interval, that is 1, and here the length of this interval is 4. So basically you want a map that takes every point from 0 comma 1 to 0 comma 4 such that they are 1 1 and they are onto, so that is there is 1 to 1 correspondence between every elements of 0 comma 1 and 0 comma 4. So to do that, what basically we need to have is that, okay, so you just consider this as an example. So I have a rubber string of length 1. Okay, now to get to map this, each of this, say there's a rubber string from 0 to 1, its length is 0 to 1. So what I'll do is that I'll stretch this rubber string from the positive side, okay, to the so that it stretch 4 times the length of this given interval. You just stretch it, since it's a rubber string it's very possible to do that. Okay, so what basically is happening is that if we have any x over here, this will map to 4 times that x, 4x. So 0 will map to 0. Okay, any other element, say y, will map to 4 times y over here. Okay, and in that way we exhibit a bijection from 0 comma 1 to 0 comma 4. So what one could say is that the natural way of producing a bijection from 0 comma 1 to 0 comma 4 is you take a map, you take a point x and stretch it to 4x. Okay, so this gives a 1 1 and onto function which can be written as f of x is equal to 4x. F is a map from 0 comma 1 to 0 comma 4. Okay, now whatever I have stated, that it is 1 1 and onto on this domain, with this codomain you can very easily verify. So in fact we can generalize this. So if I want a map from 0 comma 1 to 0 comma a, okay, where a is positive, or if a is positive, okay, if a is negative, then definitely this can be replaced as a comma 0 if a is negative. Okay, so either 0 comma 1 to 0 comma a or a comma 0, based on whether a is positive or negative. We can have a bijection in this way by f of x. You stretch that x to a, the length of this 0 comma a or a comma 0 is exactly a, so you stretch this length to a time, okay, and so you have ax. So this is the bijection. So this is now the general way of producing a bijection from closed interval 0 comma 1 to any interval of the length, any interval that start from 0, or the one end point is 0. Okay, so next the question is, so this is one part, this is one section that we have proved. Now the next question is that how do we map 0 comma 1 to 6 comma 7. Okay, this is one illustrative example, and in fact we can then actually generalize it the way we want. 0 comma 1 is fixed. Now if you note one thing over here, we don't have to stretch the rubber in fact, because here the length of the rubber string which we are considering is 1, and here the length is also the length of the codomain is also 1. By the way, why we want to map in such a way that every point in the codomain has a pre-image, okay, and every point in the domain have a distinct image. So that's the whole idea. Okay, so what you will do is that whatever the point you have over here, you translate it by 6. So instead of moving it from 0 to 1, you move it from 6 to 7. So how would you do, how will you map this 0 to 6? You translate this 0 to 6 by 6, so that is 0 will go to 0 plus 6, 1 will go to 1 plus 6, that is 7, and any number here x will go to x plus 6. Okay, so this is how the mapping is defined. So in this case, if I define f of x is equal to x plus 6 or 6 plus x, that's more than enough. So we are not actually, so if I had multiplied any number a to this x, then it could have been like you are stretching that string because the length of the codomain is bigger than the length of the domain, but in this case it is same, so I'm multiplying it by 1, but I just need to translate this. Okay, so therefore if I define f of x is equal to x plus 6, then it is the bijection from where 0 comma 1 to 6 comma 7. Okay, so now in fact if I combine both this thing, you can generalize this. In fact 0 comma 1 to any any length, any interval having length 1, this would be. But if I combine this, so that means if I want say if I want a bijection from 0 comma 1 to say 6 comma 10, okay, so here we don't have that 6 comma 10 is not of this form, it's not a closed interval of the form 0 comma a or a comma 0. So in that case what is happening, you are also increasing the length of the codomain as well as you are translating by certain number. Okay, so that is the whole idea. So in that case what you will do, says therefore if I have 0 comma 1, if I want a bijection from 0 comma 1 to 6 comma 10, you just combine this. You know that there is a bijection from 0 comma 1 to 0 comma 1 to 0 comma 4. Okay, so here you are actually stretching that rubber string. So here the length of this interval is 4, so that means you have to stretch f of x by 4, but that's not enough because you need to send this 0 to 6, okay, and this 1 to 10, so you are translating by 4, okay, right, you are translating by 6, sorry, not 4, okay. So this will send 0 to 6 and this will send 1 to 10. So this is again a bijection from 0, 1 to 6, 10. So in this way, now just look at this. This 4 is the length of this codomain, and this is the translation, okay. So in this way, now here we can generalize that the bijection from the closed interval 0, 1 to any interval of the form a, b, and that I'll mention it over here. So therefore, in general, let me make a note. In general, for a less than b, we can map, okay, I'll directly write down the bijection, the f of x given by b minus a into x plus a is a bijection. This is not only bijection, we can have produce infinitely many bijection in fact, so I'm not saying the bijection from 0, 1 to close interval a, b. Okay, that's very interesting. See, we want a bijection from 0, 1 to a, b first. Okay, so you first stretch the rubber string by the length b minus a, okay, so that is b minus a into x, and then translate it by a. So therefore this is the mapping that we have from 0, 1 to a, b, which is a bijection, and it's a linear map, so in fact it is very easy to show that it is 1, 1 and on to. Oh, that's fine. So this is one thing that we have. Now how do we produce a bijection? Can we write a bijection in a reverse way from a, b to 0, 1? So you just reverse the process. So by what you are doing, instead of stretching this by b minus a, you just compress it by b minus a. So you first compress it by b minus a. So that would be as same as saying first, bringing one end at a to 0, and that is translating by minus a. So first you need to translate it by minus a, so it's going to be say y minus a, and then you need to compress this by b minus a, and in fact this would be as same as saying the inverse of this map. So it's a reverse process, okay. And if you find out the inverse of this, so let's try it out. So let me wipe this part. So since we know that this is a bijection, we can find the inverse of this. So what I'll do, I'll write down y to be equal to b minus a into x plus a. I want the expression of x in terms of y, and that is going to be the inverse of this map. So that same as saying y minus a into b minus a into x. So that same as saying x is equal to b minus a by y minus a. So that's exactly the inverse of this function. So we are reversing the process, and I'm calling this as g of y as the reverse process, and that is the bijection from a, b to 0, 1. And since it's the inverse of bijection, it is also a bijection, okay. So that we don't have to check it once again whether it's a bijection or not. In fact, it can be proved very easily. So what we have shown is that so this is the first step, first point. The second point is that the bijection from a comma close interval a comma b to 0 comma 1. So how do we produce it? So this was the bijection from 0 comma 1 to a comma b, right? So for this, as we have mentioned, we have a map G of x defined by b minus a, just replace y by x, x minus a is a bijection from a comma b to 0 comma 1. Okay, so I can replace this a and b by any real number, provided it satisfies the condition that the first endpoint is less than the second endpoint, and same way I can replace over here to this a comma b. So now this motivate us to define a bijection from a comma b to c comma d. So that's the third case, bijection from a comma b to c comma d. So this is interesting. So what I'll do is that first I'll produce a bijection from a comma b to 0 comma 1, and then I'll produce a bijection from 0 comma 1 to c comma d, and see, this would be f and this would be g. So if I take the composition, that is g composite f, okay, G composite f would be a bijection from a comma b to c comma d. So we have a natural bijection. So how do I define f from a comma b to 0 comma 1? This is the map which we have defined by. So what is that map from a comma b to 0 comma 1 which acts as a natural bijection? I think I've just slightly changed the notation. Instead of g I've used f, and instead of f I've used g. Not an issue at all, but we can write down over here. So f of x from a comma b to 0 comma 1, so that is this map. So instead of, yeah, the notations are exactly same, so b minus a upon x minus a, and g from 0 comma 1 to c comma d defined by g of x is equal to, okay, now this is a mapping from 0 comma 1 to a comma b, so it is of this kind. So now you just instead of a and b you have c and d. So here the mapping is exactly same as the difference b minus a, so it's d minus c into x plus you translate by the first endpoint, so it is c in this case. Okay, so both these are bijection. And hence g composite f, that is a function going from closed interval a comma b to c comma d, is bijection, okay, defined by, so that's a very interesting map, g composite f evaluated at x. Okay, so this is defined as g of f of x. That would be same as instead of x I have f of x over here, so d minus c into f of x plus c, that is same as d minus c. F of x is nothing but b minus a upon x minus a plus c, right? So I think, yeah, there's a slight error over here. G of y has to be defined as x is equal to y minus a upon b minus c. I'm sorry for this error. Again the same error I made it over here. This should have been y minus a upon g of x is equal to x minus a upon b minus a. So this is the bijection from a comma b to 0 comma 1. So here also again this is f of x defined by x minus a upon b minus a, and so g composite f, again this map is defined as g of f of x, which is same as d minus c into f of x plus c. As per the definition of g, there's a change in f, so I'll mention it, d minus c into x minus a into upon b minus a plus c, right? So this is how bijection is defined from closed interval a comma b to c comma d. A, b, c, d are any real number, so for those particular number we can define a bijection in this way. So it's necessary to know this function. So if you want a bijection from a comma b to c comma d, thus bijection from a closed interval a comma b to c comma d is defined by h. I'll use the notation h of x d minus c into x minus a b minus a plus c. Okay, is once we have a bijection from a closed interval a comma b to c comma d, can we have a bijection from the open interval a comma b to c comma d? And the answer to this question is very simple. You can have the same function as the bijection if a is not equal to b. If a is not equal to if a is not included, then you can see that h of a will be equal to c, so that is not a part of the image. Okay, so the same bijection will work.